Johnny Wrestling or Johnny Takeover, as my shirt says. And listen, I want you to listen. Like, we're involved right now. It's crazy. It's loud. It's hectic. We're in New York City. But I want you to listen to No Holds Barred Network.
Enough is enough. They're always taking their sides, careless and nine, plus and minus their divide.
Hey guys, welcome back to the No Holds Barred Network. We're at episode 9 of Under the Ropes, and I'm Tiffany, the EVP of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, and the Queen of the Indies. So, don't make fun of me. I don't have a million names, but anyway, so we have Hank Flanagan, who was Hank Flanders. Now I have to change my list of husbands now, thanks to you.
You change it all the time.
But now I have to change your name, like seriously.
Oh no. Oh jeez.
Fuck, man.
Because people don't do that in real life all the time.
Oh, stress. Anyway.
What's that about?
I don't know. You're stressing me out already.
How?
So, I don't know. You're just stressing me out.
People listening?
Yeah, there's people listening. What's
people
going on to
listening?
everybody in the chat? Let me know if the sound is good. It's the husband number 2.
What? I'm right next to you. Number 2 is number 1.
No! You act like you don't know this. He goes parading around saying that he's husband number 2.
I'm number 2. Who's number 1?
Can't go.
Yeah, can't go. He wants me to, yeah, boo! He wants me to put him over so bad. He's we'll get into that.
We'll get into that later. All right, good. The sound is great. You guys can hear.
Can you
Mr.
hear?
Hank? Yeah, no, I'm good. Of course I hear. You're right next to me.
No,
So we're doing it a little differently because usually I do everything over Skype, but he's here. So anyway, let's get it. So we have a bunch of questions.
Okay.
And actually we got a bunch of fan questions. So.
Right.
So since we started talking about the name change, I can't talk already. So why don't you explain why you did the name change and how?
How or why?
Why, how, where, when?
How, why, who, what, when, where, and why. Who? Hank Flanders. Cool. Well, I'm a huge CM Punk fan, and when I started in 2011, when I started training, I already had my WrestleMania entrance picked out, like everybody, and really, I started training in 2005. I did youth clinics at Kevin Knight's school, and then I would bounce around from ring to ring every now and again. But I found a school. I found House of Glory, and I found Amazing Red, who trained me. I'm sure we'll talk about that soon. But I already had my WrestleMania entrance picked out, all my music picked out, and I wanted a name. And it was the summer of Punk, 2011. And I was going to be G.H. Flanders, and I was going to be Good Hank from King of the Hill, and then Flanders from The Simpsons. And Simpsons is we're watching The Simpsons like right now.
Yeah, we have it in the background.
We have it in the background, and I wanted to be a Simpson, and I thought that nobody Simpson like people would be like, oh, The Simpsons, and so I was like, I'll be Flanders. He's such a good character, and I'll be Good Hank Flanders. I'll be G.H. Flanders. I'll be just like CM Punk. So I built a lot of equity into the name, right? I built equity, and I wrestled Nikki Heat, Sonya Strong. I had a lot of great moments, like with Bret Hart and the Outsiders, and with Matt Stryker, and I did a lot of great things under that name, and it was very sentimental to me until one evening I was in a diner with Mr. Gang, husband number 1.
Husband number 1.
With
You're gonna get so much shit.
Boo.
By the way, we have Bray in the background. You can actually pop if you want to come
So Anthony Gangone, back to my story. Anthony Gangone, he really hurt my feelings, actually, honestly. But he said something to me, and he goes, "There's not Hank Flanders." He's trying to be very, very sweet about it. He's like, Hank Flanders is not a marquee name, and honestly, it isn't. It is not a marquee name, and I didn't want to. I'm a marquee wrestler. I can't sit on the third or fourth, second to third match. And I can't sit in second or third after intermission, But Hank Flanders was going to keep the name Flanders,
right,
was going to keep me in that position. You can't, at the end of the day, and I spoke to my cousin Mark about it in Ireland. He's like, I understand. I love the name Flanders because it's you, but like, what's for the long term? And it's like, I'm not saying change or don't change. I'm just saying you have an idea about where you want to go long term, and I can't stay in indie obscurity for the long term. I wanna make money and make television. So, what can you put on a poster? Hank Flanders or Hank Flanagan? And Flanagan is a family name. My dad's from Ireland, so I'm wrestling, or the name now matches who I am and who I portray anyway. It's like Flanders. Like when you look at me and you're like, Hank Flanders, scratch my head. But like Hank Flanagan, people are like, oh yeah, absolutely, that guy. And I spoke to Ray about it. Ray, who's not here. He said that we had a long phone conversation about it, and he's like, and he pretty much, and a lot of people really enjoy the name change, which is the most important thing is that that I enjoy the name change, and I'm comfortable with it, and it's a good fit. It fits like a glove.
Awesome. So we're excited about this journey with you. So,
thank you.
So as far as wrestling companies that you've worked for, the wrestling world wants to know, where did you start and how did you become a professional wrestler?
How did I start?
Yeah.
Well, I went to an ICW show.
IC Dub, one of my faves.
And they booked The Amazing Red, and I met Brian XL. I don't know if he's still going by XL, but he was Brian XL, and they were running House of Glory, and House of Glory wasn't too far away from my house. And I was actually planning on going to, moving up to Canada to train with Lance Storm. And I was going to make that huge investment, but I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know Amazing Red had a school, and I love The Amazing Red. In our backyard, we used to talk about The Amazing Red because he was like a lot like Rey Mysterio. But his own. He's like, he's from Brooklyn. I was like, there's no way he's from Brooklyn. And it's like, yeah, he's from Brooklyn. And so I met the Amazing Red, and I was trained by the Amazing Red in House of Glory. So I got my start at House of Glory. That's my school. That's where I'm from. I'm very proud of that fact. I'm from House of Glory.
House of Glory, one of my other faves. So who are some of your favorite wrestlers growing up?
Oh, I got a top 5. You want to hear?
All right, let's go.
Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart,
my faves.
Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho, and Jake the Snake Roberts.
Of course. It's one of his finishers.
It's not one.
The finisher. Excuse me. The finisher.
The end, baby.
Excuse-moi.
The end.
The end. So, to the people who don't know you, what kind of style of wrestling best suits you?
My style is whatever I want it to be, and that's a line from a Shawn Michaels promo. But yeah, it's whatever I want it to be. I mean, I could fly, I could fight, I could mat work. It's whatever suits me. I don't have a style. People like, you're not growing when you have a style. It's like, oh, what's your style? It's just like, I don't have a style. I go in there and I try to win. My style is putting your head into my arm and then dragging it to the mat. That's my style, is hitting the DDT. That's my style. However way I get to that is just my style. That question to me never made any sense. I always like doing what I wanted to do. I always like, if I want to fly off the top rope, I'll fly off the top rope. If I want to kick somebody in the face, I'll kick somebody in the face. If I want to stretch somebody, I'll stretch somebody. It's if I want to talk shit to the crowd and then hit you with the DDT, that's what I'll do the whole entire time I'm out there. I don't have a style per se. My style is whatever I want it to be.
So are you going to put like Ray in DDT later after this podcast?
If Ray doesn't stop with his nonsense, Ray's absolutely getting the DDT.
Do you guys want to see? Ray's going to be the kitty. I swear his face. All right, so we have a fan tweet from our girl Brooklyn Wolf of Makeup, actually our friend April, that you
great.
met. Okay, she goes, is there a type of wrestling style that you would like to master?
Oh, man. Is there a wrestling style I would like to master? If you practice, you're not a master if you practice every style a million times, but you're a master if you practice one style a million times. If you master one punch a million times, you'll be a master at that. What would I like to master? I really like the Japanese style of wrestling. You know, I really, really, and I would like to mix the Japanese style with wrestling with the showman American style of wrestling and make that a perfect blend. Because I know guys have done it before, but to really like, because if you watch Japanese wrestling is very long, very spaced out, but I like the fact that the fans are so quiet and they're really watching. So there's really like, I like to engage my audience. You know what I mean? I like to grab my audience's attention. In Japan, you already have the audience's attention, so now you actually have to show up and do your thing. It's a very fight-based style. I really like that. So if I can master any style, it would be that, because I really want to work in
We're
Japan.
gonna see you in Japan,
I
maybe?
would, no,
We're
yeah,
gonna see you
absolutely.
in the dojo, like kind of
Yeah,
like Alex
absolutely.
Zane was just in, that we had on the podcast as well. Alex Zane, maybe you
It's
can go.
not. This is not about Alex Zane.
I'm
It's
just
about me.
saying.
It's about Hank Flanagan.
It's all about him, right here.
Yeah, it's about me right now. I'm
number
your
2
guest.
husband. I gotta mess with you a little bit, right?
Jesus.
So,
Mary and Joseph.
so what are some of your favorite all-time matches? Not yours in particular, but like stuff that like you grew up watching.
Yeah, of course. The Iron Man match with Brett and Sean is
great. Yeah.
the 2 out of 3 falls with Eddie. I could go on all day. Eddie and Dean in ECW. CM Punk and John Cena at Money in the Bank. Jake and Macho Man at Tuesday in Texas. What else is great? I like Orton and Edge at Vengeance. I like there's a million. There's
What about the indie scene?
Oh, and the indie
yeah,
scene.
what about the indie scene too? Why not?
Amazing Red and Anthony Gangone.
Oh, that was a great match.
Amazing.
Great match.
That's one of my favorites. The no ropes match with Anthony Gangone and Mark Quinn, the original one. Yeah.
No,
absolutely.
I've seen it. Yeah.
What else is really good? What was his name? Jesus? Ray, do you remember that big FTW guy? He's a muscular dude. Yeah, exactly.
I guess it wasn't that important.
But him and Gangone would be great. Yeah, Anthony Gangone is my favorite independent wrestler.
okay.
Anthony Gangone he's my favorite.
Jack Ella.
Yeah, him and Jack Gallo.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a big fan of Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, I love Zack Sabre Jr.
I'm a big fan of Zack Sabre Jr. Anything Robbie Eagles does.
I mean, you don't have to stretch the list. Like, I'm just asking, like,
it's my favorite
whatever
matches.
you like.
Yeah, well, there's a million. I like I like a lot of stuff. I like so much stuff. Like Tanaka and Mike Awesome in ECW. Like that was nuts because he's such a gigantic man beating up this Japanese guy. What else is great? The whole '94 Super Juniors. Chris Jericho versus Triple H when he won the title.
Yes.
And people were going nuts. I love that match. Him and The Rock at No Mercy in 2001.
No Mercy.
Yeah.
Somebody we know doesn't play No Mercy.
So what? He plays WCW Revenge. So what?
Actually, we have a question in the chat from Datila. She said, when you're not at wrestling, what do you like to do in your downtime?
Watch wrestling.
Okay.
I like to work out. I like to run. I like to exercise a lot. I play video games. I play a lot of video games. I'm playing right now. What am I playing? I'm playing Modern Warfare.
Ooh.
I'm playing Modern Warfare right now, and somebody who shall remain nameless said, "Oh, you're one of those fake gamers and all that stuff." Because I play not Modern Warfare. I play mainstream games, but that's not true. I mean, I still play my Super Nintendo. I have a Super Nintendo I play. I listen to a lot of music. That's how I meditate. I would put on music and I would get lost in music. I eat. I do a lot of eating.
He locks up with people at Taco Bell.
Yes, I do. I lock up with people at Taco Bell. I love my city. So I like exploring the city of New York and seeing parts of New York that I didn't like to see. I do a lot of reading. I read up on a lot of things. I'm always reading stuff. I watch movies. I hang out with people I care about, and yeah.
That's why he's here.
She
And
paid
does
me to be here.
podcasts. Oh, I have to pay you to be here. What are you talking about? You fucking nuts. Oh my god. Okay.
No, it hasn't.
Oh. Anyway, what's been some of your most memorable moments thus far? Like in matches that you've been in.
The Kevin Nash thing has to be number one. Kevin Nash thing has to be number
So
one.
explain, because I know it.
I called him an old man. Called him an old man. He let me know that even though he's an older gentleman, he still has it.
Wait, how long ago was this again?
About like it's been 2.5.
Okay.
It'll be 3 years in
So,
April.
guys, just so you know, like, I was actually at this House of Glory show, but I did not know Hank then. But I saw it happen, but we did not know each other then. So I was there. See, I talk about it all the time. I like go to all these shows, but I did not let myself be known.
Wrestling Robbie Eagles. Wrestling Robbie Eagles. Thank you. My comeback this year, quote unquote. I wrestled TJ Marconi. It was nice to know that I could still wrestle and all that stuff, and I still had some potential. I'm not nearly done at all. So, you know, I could look back and say, oh, I've done some things, or I mean, I didn't really do much, but I'm looking forward to what I'm going to do instead of looking back. I mean, I've been blessed. I've been blessed in wrestling. You know, I've because of one guy, we'll get to, but you know, I'm able to live my dream. You know, I have a little talent. You know,
Well, you got a little talent. You wouldn't be on my podcast if you didn't.
You know, you do like talent. You know, I have to say, like you have good taste
I
in
do.
fandom.
See. So we got a couple more questions in the chat. Datila wants to know what your favorite movie is.
Oh, Goodfellas.
Oh, that's a great
Goodfellas.
movie. Absolutely.
Back to the Future. I mean, gun to head, it'd be Goodfellas, but Back to the Future, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull.
We're getting married right now. I'm just telling you because these just
Die
make my
Hard.
heart happy.
I love the Die Hard series. It's great. I like a lot of art. You know, a lot of movies that were nominated for Academy Awards. In the Name of the Father, it's about it's an IRA movie. The Quiet Man's great, and Boondock Saints are fantastic. Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, good taste. Warriors, like Warriors. Halloween. I love
It
Halloween.
was supposed to be one favorite movie. You're just like going on.
Gun to Head, Goodfellas.
Okay.
Goodfellas, Gun to Head.
So there's another question in the chat from our friend Chris. Who is one of your dream list opponents?
Well, that depends because some of those guys are retired or dead. So
Okay.
everybody on my top 5, my favorite wrestlers, I'd like to work.
Okay.
Right now, Eddie Kingston in the Indies, Anthony Gangone.
Okay. What am I gonna do for that match?
I don't
If
know.
that
That's
happens, they're gonna fight for my love. That's what it is. Fight for number 1.
We'll both lose.
Fuck. 1A, 1B.
Yeah. So Eddie Kingston. I love to work Eddie Kingston. Zack Sabre Jr. I'd like to wrestle Robbie Eagles one more time.
Oof.
Not one more time. I like to wrestle Robbie Eagles all over the world. He's probably the most talented wrestler. Him and Gangone are my favorite indie wrestlers. The Amazing Red. The Amazing Red's number 1. The Amazing Red.
So who's been your favorite to work with?
My favorite person to work with.
Yeah.
Favorite person to work with. Sonya Strong.
Oh. That's on YouTube too, right?
Yes.
So guys, check that
Sonya
match
Strong.
out. Datila wants to know, would you ever do an indie show in Los Angeles or around California? So
Absolutely.
you get fans already that
Absolutely.
they want you to come to California.
It's not as good as New York, but
New
you know.
York. Damn, that accent came out.
Not as good as New York, but no, it's California. Like who wouldn't want to work
why
in
not?
sunny California, baby?
Is there a promotion that you would love to work for?
House of Glory. Right, NWA. NWA is on fire right now. NWA, yeah, every single one of them. But right now, like what I'm looking at, what I'm looking forward to is NWA. I love what they're doing. Absolutely love what they're doing. OTT in Ireland.
Ooh.
That's what the immediate goals is OTT in Ireland, and NWA.
Nice. So we have another fan tweet from our friend Conrad, Everything Pro Wrestling. What is your favorite cheat meal?
Cheat meal?
Mm-hmm.
My whole life is a cheat meal.
This guy is so damn skinny. Like, you can eat. He can eat like a bunch of tacos and like.
Okay, what's really bad for what's really bad? No, that's not true. I really try to stay away from fast foods, but probably the double bacon cheeseburger from like cheeseburger or something like that, or like one of those Five Guys places, and that's probably my favorite like cheat meal. I don't consider pizza a cheat. I'm from New York, so I don't consider pizza a cheat meal.
He's not wrong.
Pizza's not a cheat meal. It's in our diet. Yeah, exactly.
I'm on some pizza now.
But,
bye, guys.
but double bacon cheeseburgers. You shouldn't have them all the time, and it's much better. It's much better if you make them on the grill. But obviously, we can't grill all year, so yeah, double bacon cheeseburger.
You can't.
Well, I like the cold, but a lot of people do not. So.
So we have another fan tweet. Actually, it's from Ray.
What do you want to know, Ray?
In a world where everyone does a super kick, Canadian Destroyer, Poison Rana, what makes your DDT stand out? And if you could face one legend in their prime, who would it be?
Shawn Michaels. No. Yeah, Shawn Michaels. I can't just pick one, but like gun-to-head Shawn Michaels.
Go for it, yeah.
What makes my DDT stand out? The fact that Jake the Snake Roberts taught it to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I use the DDT is the end. It means the end. I had such a hard time with the finish for a long time. I was doing a brain buster, and a lot of people, yes, I know, Ray, ha ha ha, and a lot of people, including Ray, were just like, yeah, maybe something else, maybe something else, maybe something else, and like through teeth, like there was yeah, exactly, like he was like maybe something else, and then he like Ray, the Snake Man showed up to a House of Glory show, and I pulled, I didn't pull, I went privately, and I was like, DDT. He goes, only as a finish, and I was like, brother, abso-fucking-lutely, abso-fucking, and that's like, it's God who was just like, here you go, here's your finish, like, yeah.
So like explain like that moment, like what you felt like in the
what
moment.
What do I felt like?
Like yeah, like
I was blessed. Like God was like, here you go. Like I really felt blessed. I really did. It was like talking. It was like talking to the cowboy. It was like talking to. It was so great. It was like, oh my God. It was like his presence. Like it's like. It's like it's like if you walk into like the dusty saloon in the bar and like the most badass guy you go to talk to. It was like that. It was so cool.
Oh wow, that's awesome! I was there that day too.
Yeah, you were.
I was there.
I DDT Joe Smooth. Apparently,
again, another show I was at that nobody was aware of me back then. See?
No. Now you're famous.
No, not famous.
Now you're famous.
People are running up to me at like House of Glory, like like, oh my God, it's Tiffany! Like somebody interrupted me when I was talking to Quinn and Isaiah. Like somebody, like you would think that they'd be like freaking out for like Quinn and Isaiah. The guy was like freaking out for like me. I'm like, relax, Stuffy, come here. So, ow, he just bit me. Okay, so we have another fan tweet from RJ. What's a bold prediction for yourself in 2020?
Television and money.
Ooh.
Television and money.
Cupid girl, back off in the chat, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's my husband. Get lost. Go get your own husband. All right. So this is one of my infamous questions that I ask everybody that comes onto the podcast. What is the most craziest thing a fan's done to get your attention?
Send me money.
What?
Send me money.
Really?
Send me money.
Wow. Damn.
Nudes don't shock me. It's like when you reach into your pocket and give, like, yeah, sure, like there's ways to support. You go to shows, you buy merch, like to give me money and to say like, oh, I don't want it back. I just want to give it to you. Like I just want you to have it. And I was like, that's okay.
Why?
Like, and then they started to DM and then it got a little much. And I was like, yeah, listen.
God. Okay.
Please don't spend
so
your money.
strange.
Come out to shows, and that's how you do it. That's how you give me your money. Come out to shows and support.
No.
You know.
Absolutely. So we have another fan tweet from our friend Chris. What was the biggest piece of advice that a wrestler has ever given you?
Oh, there's so many.
Well, go for it.
Be yourself. Be yourself, and try not to pay attention to what's surrounding you. You know, because if you keep, you'll be in that hell of this guy and this guy and this guy, and it's not good. It's not good for your mental health. You know, it's and a lot of that stuff has gone on the internet. But yeah, it's like focus on you. You know, focus really on you. Yeah, of course, yeah, work, yeah, but that's typical advice that anybody would give you. It's just like, just focus on you. You know what I mean? Like, and do what you're doing. Do what you're doing. You know, because a lot of people like to give advice. You know, that's unwarranted. Not even just unwarranted. It's just bad advice. You know, it's bad like advice. Just really bad. Like, yeah, just really bad advice.
Well, it's just like a business that everybody's trying to.
No, everybody's trying to get ahead at the behest of other people.
It's a terrible thing. I've seen a lot. I mean, we see it on social media all the time as well.
Yeah, social media. It's such a bad. I hate social media, which is why I'm not so active on it.
Keep a girl said in the chat. I have a question. How can I have you on my list, husband?
Make a list and put me on it.
Listen.
Make a list and put me on it.
So I have another fan tweet, but they wish to be anonymous. Okay. Who is your real best friend? Mark Quinn, Anthony Gangone, or Ray?
All three of them mixed together in a blender.
Aww.
And Anthony Gangone is slightly ahead of him. Or leagues, whatever he wants to think, leagues ahead. Now, Anthony Gangone, okay, I want to tell everybody something. Anthony Gangone is one of the best minds in this line of work. He's one of the best people I know. He's been my friend for years, and he's misunderstood a lot. And I want the level of success that he already deserves is unparalleled. He's in the ring, out of the ring. He's a very good person. You know, and sometimes people get into misunderstandings, and I just hope that one day that everybody's able to understand each other, because he's a person that you want around. He's always a person you want around.
Definitely. I mean, of course. I mean, he was the first interview that I had for Under the Ropes, and I mean, I always put him over and stuff like that, and he's become like a very dear friend to my heart. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have met you guys at all.
He's the man. He's the man.
Like, I know, like, it's just like he's very misunderstood, and people like think that because like the heel, even you, like, because he plays the heel all the time as well, and they think like that you're an asshole.
More of a jerk. You're
a jerk. He is an asshole, but that's the size of the part.
Ray's really getting the DDT. He thinks he's not. But
all right, why don't you like demonstrate the DDT?
I don't want to.
DDT 101 on the No Holds Barred network. Chris asked in the chat, any wrestlers that you endorse in 2020 that no one knows about?
Nikolai White.
Absolutely, that's a good one.
Well, also that people know who he is. Brother Greatness is one of my favorites, but people know who he is. But more people should know who he is.
I've seen him
Brother Greatness.
Times, yeah.
Brother Greatness is like him. But everybody else that I would name is known, but unknown is Nikolai White. But but more people should definitely know Brother Greatness. Everybody should know him. You know, and the guys from Main Event's known. You know, Charlie is known. You know, those guys. You know, those guys. Those guys are all talented. They come from the best training to me, planet Earth. So
yeah, a lot of the guys that I've had on the podcast come from House of Glory. That they've all. I mean, that's why I get a lot of these guys, because I mean, I think they're really good. I mean, you see all the specialty, so I mean, I hope everybody makes their way. Question, Mr. Flanagan, what do you think of the Wheel C match?
Wheel C match. Well, once you see these nuts, bro.
Oh Lord, God.
Wheel C.
Jeez. So my last question.
That's it.
No, it's not over. We could go into other stuff. These are just like some of the questions. If we have some more questions in the chat or whatever like that. To all inspire good amateur wrestlers out there, is there some advice that you would like to give?
Keep your mouth shut. Work hard. Cream will rise to the top. Have faith. And respect yourself. Most importantly, like if you respect yourself, you respect other people. Don't take things lying down. Don't let anybody bully you. There's a lot of insecure people in this line of work, very insecure people, and they'll stay where they're going to stay because of their insecurity and disrespect towards other people. And I never wanted to be an indie vet. You know what I mean? There's a lot of indie vets out there right now, especially in the New York scene. And if you think you're that guy, then I guess I'm talking about you. But if that term doesn't apply to you, then that term doesn't apply to you. And just treat golden rules. Not just like wrestling stuff. This is just life stuff. Like treat others how you want to be treated. Another thing. You want to have the conflict behind the camera, in the ring. You don't want to have it on the phone. All right, that's the money is made behind the camera and in the ring, not on the phone. All right, I mean if it could help you, promote your match and all that. So you want to sell tickets. You want to be somebody who you think you would buy a ticket to, not just because you could have an honest assessment of yourself. If you have an honest assessment of yourself and you go, would I really want to pay to see me wrestle? If I take myself out of myself, would I want to pay to see me wrestle? Think about it like that too. It's that's what I have to say to all the young wrestlers. And good luck to you. Good luck to you. I wish success to all of you. All of you. I want every one of them to make money.
Of course, that's the goal. So yeah, let's talk about stuff that you're booked for coming up. So right now, right? Because January is just like a funny month, right? Like
Very
everybody
funny.
keeps telling me that. Why?
Very funny. Well, that's not just. It's after the Christmas season, and the Christmas season people spend so much money. Mm-hmm. They spend so much money, so it's just like, oh man, I don't have money to run shows, or I don't have money to go to shows and all that stuff. But this January is a little different. This January's there's been a show every weekend. There was 2 shows last week.
Yeah.
3 actually. There was I was on the IWW show. Right. Shout out to IWW. Then there was Battle Club on Saturday plus ICW.
Yeah.
And that was just one weekend. This weekend's ACW, I believe. GCW, ACW.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah, people are running. It's January. People always run, but in terms of just business wise, and people, it's like after Christmas, but. People always find an excuse to spend money. If you give them an excuse to spend money, they will always find always find an excuse to spend money.
And indie wrestling's cheap. I mean, there's a lot of promotions that they're like $10, $15.
Indie wrestling is supposed to be affordable, and plus the great thing about independent wrestling is ideally you're seeing the stars of tomorrow, right? Now, whether tomorrow comes years from now or tomorrow comes literally tomorrow. You're seeing the emergence of a brand new star. I mean, look at Private Party. Look at them. They deserve everything that they get, and all good things.
Of course.
All good things. But people used to go to boxing gyms to see them. To see Private Party, people used to go to a boxing gym. People saw them in front crowds of 200 people. They saw them, and now they're wrestling in front of 20,000.
Crazy.
As they deserve. We all knew that they were going to be, especially, Mark Quinn. And when Isaiah Cassie came along, they fit together like a glove, and they're exactly where they deserve to be.
They're good. And good people. Aw.
Yeah, Ray knows. Ray knows.
No, they're great. I mean, I was so excited when they were signed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, all these guys, they're so great. And, like, I see, like, the future. I mean, that's the cool thing about indie wrestling, that it's so special, I feel like. It's more intimate. And it's like, I always say, like, I feel like a little, like, selfish because I don't want anybody to get signed because I like to come see you guys and be front row.
You'll be able to see us. You'll be able to see us when we get signed.
Yeah. Well, no, because it won't be that personal, like, touch. I'll be, like, up in the freaking nosebleeds and I won't have that access to, like, the front row to come see you guys.
You never know. You never know.
I don't know what's gonna happen or whatever like that.
You never know. You never know.
But yeah. So let's talk about the Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale.
Talk to us.
About what?
about BWF.
Come
like,
to
what's
the
going
show.
on?
Come to the show.
You're not gonna give like anything.
No.
Like you're not gonna talk about BWF, but okay.
Great place. Great place. Run by a great guy.
Well, yeah, TJ, he's great.
Run
We
by a
gotta get
great
him
guy.
onto the podcast
Absolutely.
as well. I mean,
Absolutely. I'm not done with him, yo.
No,
Like I got this.
kick his
I
butt.
got a little thing that says I could wrestle him for the championship at any time.
Ooh, what was
Road
that?
to go. I
What was
run.
that
I
one of the
run
shows?
the road to the Gold Rumble.
Ooh.
All right. So if you want some, bro, like I gave him the DDT once. I can give it to him again.
These matches are on YouTube as well. So,
Yeah,
and you're
absolutely.
familiar with BX Strong, aka Too Good, and
Yeah.
you're awesome. We've had them on the podcast
Good guys.
as
All
well.
good guys.
All great guys.
All talented guys.
JD Alpha, gotta get him on the podcast as
So
well.
everybody hates JD Alpha for no good reason.
Just because he
good-
didn't play No Mercy.
So what? I played No Mercy.
Exactly the point. Like you played it, and
So
like
what?
I played it, like Ray's
So
played
what?
it, but
You didn't play No
listen,
Mercy.
I'm a fan of JD Alpha. I'm not saying anything.
Okay, you know what's sad is like if Brock Lesnar didn't play No Mercy, and I promise you he didn't. All right, no one's gonna be like, yeah, Brock Lesnar doesn't play No Mercy. Like
We were talking about this earlier. That
Yeah.
he was talking about Brock Lesnar. That he would love to get into a match with Brock.
yes,
Lesnar.
I would. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Brock,
he was
yeah,
just like lit up. Like,
yeah, Brock. Yeah, that's exactly who I want to work. He's a top guy in the industry. Who wouldn't want to work Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar is who I want to. Yeah, that's a dream opponent. Brock Lesnar.
We were just talking about this like earlier.
I don't care how many. I don't care if he shows up once a year. I don't care.
No.
No,
No.
he's worth that money.
Yeah.
Yeah. People go to see him all the time. People see him. People go to
Book
see him.
him. Book him. Book him. Let's like.
He'll
book 'em.
drop to the DDT too.
Chris wants to know who your favorite wrestler on No Mercy is. See,
Eddie Guerrero.
Wait, I had another question.
Oh, Shawn Michaels. They had Shawn Michaels. They
Yeah.
had Shawn Michaels on it too.
I was gonna say, how do you not
No, the No Mercy was great, and you could. It was so easy to do the finishers too. It was great.
Actually.
Okay, hold on. But the best pro wrestling game
Okay.
is Fire Pro Wrestling, right?
What do you think? I love like I always think of like In Your House. I don't know why I love that video game, but
What?
like In Your House.
Oh, that
Like
yeah,
the
that
PlayStation,
was
the
cool.
original PlayStation. I used to love playing that one. Remember?
Here comes the pain.
Here comes the pain.
Here comes the pain.
Wait, that's a question. How does it feel about being in a video game? Remember?
Oh
That was
yeah,
it.
you're what?
He's in a video game.
Oh yes,
Yeah, it was.
he is on the
Yeah,
video
that was so
games.
cool. Thank you, Ray.
So, have you played yourself yet in the video
No, I have
game?
not played. I know I've played myself a million times. No, it is not, bro. Like, not 2000 is not better than No Mercy.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but they did have. If you did use Billy Gunn's taunt, he showed his butt.
So you're gonna be rooting for Private Party tonight?
No.
No.
Oh,
It's your friend.
so what?
Damn. I'm clipping this part and I'm sending it to Quinn and Isaiah.
Send it to them. Write it down. If they weren't so busy, I'd FaceTime them.
Oh God. My Lord. Actually, here was another question that I was gonna ask, and like I had cut it out because I thought we had like too many questions. But do you have any good like ride along questions? I mean, like ride along stories, like.
Oh, there's too many. There's way too many.
Because I like hearing these stories with the ride-alongs with wrestlers.
Way too many. I can't. They're so good. They're just. I have video.
But
I have
give us
video. Like,
something.
oh man.
Give me something.
We were mean. Like one
What do
time.
you mean?
One time, I think Smiley won a fish, and we
Okay.
threw it up into a tree.
What?
It fell, but like we threw it up into a tree. Yeah, we did.
Oh my
Yeah, we
God.
threw it up into a tree.
Wow. Don't, because you're gonna fall and bust
So
your
what?
ass. I care. Like I don't want to bust your ass.
He's gonna bump live on
Yeah,
us.
there was a lot.
He's terrible.
We used to joke up in Maine. I used to be this annoying Steve character. I'd come up with this voice and laugh like this and ha 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 hi guys, and I would like pop up anywhere. Like I would bother this Mark Quinn and this guy Andy Lee Ray. Shout out to Andy Lee Ray. It was my first match on any show, and they would like film vignettes of like them doing stuff, and I would just pop up out of nowhere like with this kind of gimmick. Yeah, we would do a lot of things. Like we'd have matches in like in like supermarkets and place, and
Taco Bell.
how we not got kicked out of any of these places. I don't know.
I don't know how we didn't get kicked out of Taco Bell.
Oh man, I don't know.
He was locking up with me in freaking Taco Bell.
I remember going to, and this Canada trip was really rough, but this early before we went to Canada, we watched UFC 190. Was it 194? 186 is where Connor fought Chad Mendes, and I was sitting next to Red, and I remember when he won the interim featherweight championship. I was like, ah! I was so happy, and I was sitting next to him, and he puts his hand in his face because he thought he was gonna lose, and he won. And yeah, can't wait for the King to fight in the week.
Wow.
A week and a half.
God.
Really? Oh God! You don't know how important he is to the diaspora and Irish people. You know, this is why we were so like upset when he was when he had his indiscretions last year. His many indiscretions. What was it? I can't. 189, UFC 189.
You're a big UFC fan.
Yeah, I am. Big boxing fan.
Yeah.
Oh, boxing, UFC. Is something else I like to watch outside of wrestling.
Definitely.
Well, combat sports. You know, wrestling is at the end of the day, wrestling is a combat
sport.
sport.
You put that into your moveset as well, so I mean, I see that. So, but I see Frey in the background. Yeah. So like, I don't know anything else like you want to like share with us or.
Please support the name change. Please support me.
All his links, by the way, are in the description below, so you can find him on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So.
Follow me on the gram, ladies.
Well, I guess that's it. I mean, we've been running over 40 minutes, so.
Really?
Yeah. You talk a lot.
Yeah, I do talk a lot.
No, it's good. See, it's like, it was like, I don't know, but yeah. So, anything else before we sign off to the podcast worlds, you guys? Before we go get some Taco Bell.
Anything you want to add, Ray?
Do you want to demonstrate the DDT live on camera?
No.
Why not?
Because I will kill Ray. The DDT will. That's what people don't understand. Stop doing the DDT, everybody. Stop doing it.
Or you're gonna DDT them?
Yeah, that's the point.
I'm gonna get his ass later. You're gonna get your ass.
I'm looking at myself because you have this. You have
thing?
you have it
delay.
online. It's a delay.
See, it's
but
a
I'm
delay.
looking at my face and I'm like, oh no.
Why? Oh, okay. So our friend Chris in the chat says, I do wrestling edits. You may get one soon.
Appreciate
he's
that,
actually
Chris.
done one of Gang and he's been doing a lot of
I don't.
AEW.
Yeah, there's a lot of me getting my ass kicked. So
Make him look good. Make him look good.
appreciate it.
I post stuff of him now, so you guys will see more
about
stuff.
time.
What do you mean about time?
Yeah, no,
you
this
just
is
like
what
came
husband.
back.
Yeah,
I
just came back.
like months ago.
I didn't come back.
Okay.
I took a couple months off, and I didn't take
Okay.
a couple months off. I was in Capital Wrestling here or there.
He'll be around.
I will definitely be around, and you were gonna want to get me before I'm worth thousands of dollars.
He's not
book,
going to talk to me anymore. So
No,
it's like
that
the
is
one and
not
only
true.
interview,
That
and
is
it's
not-
like
it's
that's
not
all you
only-
get out of me. And
She's looking great, folks. She
Thank you.
really looked. She really dressed up for this interview.
Yes, I tried to look nice.
Yeah, you did.
Very nice.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. So, anyway, guys, go support. Good Hank Flanagan. Oh, Flanders.
Yeah, you're gonna say it. That's my name is Hank Flanagan, folks. Flangan.
You see.
Flan. Did you? Do you not know my name?
I love messing with him. It's just too easy to mess with him. So.
Flanagan.
But yeah, so hopefully.
That's all, folks.
But Yes, guys. Thank you so much.
Flanagan.
You had to look it up.
No, I didn't.
You
Because you misspelled my name.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You misspelled my name.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We will edit that later.
Wow.
You misspelled my name.
Wow. Blame it on Duff. It was Duff.
Yeah.
You see the shit that I go through? Whatever
Flanagan.
like that? Wow. Anyway.
Flanagan.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Ew. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Actually, this Sunday we are doing Under the Ropes episode 10 with Colin West from Synergy. I'm excited for that interview. We're going to talk about his next week's show, so tune in for that. Thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon.